Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. Of course we are graced, I guess, with the news that Sarah Huckabee Sanders is leaving the White House. Of course, she hasn't been holding press conferences for some time now. You can hardly say that she's been successful in that role, given the amount of bad press that Trump seems to create for himself. I don't know that anybody else could spin it. I don't know how many press secretaries Trump has to go through before he realises the problem perhaps isn't with those that lie for him, the problem is with himself. So let's have a look at why Sarah Sanders left and what were the conditions around that. Of course, she actually was, I think, in the Mueller report as well, for lying. Her lying was called out. She didn't correct the lie. I think it was around the FBI. So what's she going to be remembered for in the future? Trump says he hopes she'll be governor of Arkansas. Well, okay. Let's have a look. Why is Sarah Sanders? I think she's been in trouble for some time. Let's put it that way. For non-performance, which and a failure to stop the bad press that Trump's getting. Okay, so why is Sarah Sanders leaving the White House? Why is Sarah Sanders leaving the White House? Okay, there's just no role for her. Obstacles and challenges with the five of wands here, suggesting that there were others. She may have been betrayed. She may have been stabbed in the back a little bit, because this is suggesting here that there was faction fighting from within the White House, and there were potentially other people that wanted to see her leave. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. This is the Tower card, disruption here in this John Holland's deck here. Certainly these aren't good cards for Sarah Sanders. She's, it's hard really to have any sympathy for someone that lies so often and just, week after week after week on that podium, lie. She's now facing her Tower moment. Now, the third eye chakra here, the third eye chakra in this particular deck, she wasn't able to see around corners. She wasn't intuitive enough. So she sort of had this monologue way of speaking, and she failed to see what was in front of her. She failed to also see what was coming down the pike as well, which is really the mark of a good press secretary, a good journalist as well. Anyone with the media being able to see what's coming around the corner. She wasn't able to do that. This is basically saying that she wasn't up to the job. Okay, so in the past, of course, she was a favoured Trump staffer. She was quite close to him. That was in the beginning, following Sean Spicer's departure. This is suggesting she's had her time in the sun, because that's in the past position. Nine of Swords. This is somebody who's suffering in silence is the meaning of this card, but this is somebody who who's really been quite anxious for quite some time, and it's also others around. I feel that she was also attacked from within. This is people whispering in Trump's ear, you need to replace Sarah Sanders. She's disappointed. She's not leaving on a happy note, regardless of how it's going to come out. Neither did Kirsten Nielsen. Regardless of how it's going to come out, this is the Four of Cups. This is disappointment here. And it's almost like she's taking a second-rate offer. Trump's saying, I hope she'll be the governor of Arkansas, is really just putting the pressure on the Republican Party to provide a job for her. Now, this is the card of transformation and rebirth in this current position. Sarah Sanders, she often used to wear green dresses. Actually, this card looks a little bit like her. She is, it's the end of her anxiety, okay, at this point in time. The weight that was on her, this lying that she constantly did. She's retreating, the Four of Swords here, rest and rejuvenation. She leaves with quite significant burdens on her shoulders. I wonder what else Sarah Sanders has seen during her time there. I wonder how she'll be caught up in the future with Trump's downfall. So the hopes and the fears, she actually, this is the Emperor card, the authority in this deck. This is in the hopes and the fears. So, okay, she feared the Emperor. She feared Trump. In some way, that's interesting. What did Sarah Sanders know? But it's also the hope that she will have a position of authority. She had she had that in common with Trump, I always felt. Now, the outcome of the reading is the Sacral Chakra, which is suggesting her trust in the world has been damaged. This is somebody that could also fear for their safety. I don't really want to go down that route, but there's some insecurity here with her, with that chakra being involved, and the base chakra as well, sacral and base chakra, the two bottom chakras governing our trust, our interaction with the world. These are in the outcome positions. I rarely get that coming forward, suggesting she's leaving. She's quite insecure about her relationship with the world. She's fearful as well. She's fearing what could come down the road here. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, though, she's leaving at least with some sort of financial security. I'm not saying she was paid off, but it's that kind of thing. And what's hidden from our view, moving on, she was pushed. She was pushed. This was something, I guess, that had been coming for some time. I feel that those around had been in Trump's ear for quite some time, suggesting that she should be pushed. She should be pushed out the door. What is interesting about that reading is the appearance of those two chakra cards in the outcome position and the fear, the Emperor in the fear position. She's not totally secure. I think she's afraid. There's some kind of insecurity about the future for her. Now let's have a look at the other woman in Trump's life here. Kellyanne Conway has now been, I guess, the office of the special, is it the special counsel? Not Mueller's office. The watchdog that governs the ethics in government has come out and said that Kellyanne has breached the Hatch Act. Ethical breaches on a number of occasions. She's just shrugged it off. She obviously feels she's got Trump's ear. That is until the publicity continues to dog her, and then she will find that Trump will let her go. Because I don't feel she's that instrumental, is she, in Trump world? She's expendable. We've got Elaine Chao, Mitch McConnell's wife now, corruption being uncovered there. It's just ongoing, isn't it? Did Trump need Kellyanne Conway being tarred with that brush? Probably not. And he only cares about himself. So if she's confident, she perhaps should not be as confident. Kellyanne Conway, will she leave the office? Will Kellyanne Conway leave the Trump White House? Kellyanne Conway, will she leave the Trump White House? Kellyanne Conway, will she leave the Trump White House? Okay, so we've got truth coming forward as the signifier card. It's interesting. What is the challenge here? Anxiety. Okay, so she's not told the truth and she's anxious about that. or the truth coming forward, and she's anxious. Again, the same thing with Sanders. What have they seen? What do they know? How are they implicated? Okay, so we've got the foundation of the reading is strength and endurance and power. Okay, suggesting that this is what it's all about for Kellyanne Conway. In the past, we've got the Two of Pentacles, manipulation, choices, decisions, movement. This is Kellyanne Conway making her bed quite deliberately, and choosing to be a manipulator of the truth. What's in the sky here? The Three of Pentacles. This is recognition and reward. So what kept Kellyanne in the White House was power, her need for power, the manipulation that came so easy to her, and why was she there? Recognition and reward. Now she's currently being challenged by the truth. What's in the immediate future is the solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus chakra comes forward when it's our gut feelings, our inner knowings. It's interesting. Let's see what that all means. Now, currently the Four of Wands here, foundation and achievements. This is in the current position. So she's kind of relying on her history here to stay at the White House, except what's in the environment around her is sacrifice, suggesting that there is already talk of cutting Kellyanne loose. Okay, they don't want another situation like Elaine Chao. They don't want more bad headlines about, Trump said he would drain the swamp. He actually dug a huge reservoir and filled and refilled the swamp many times over. Okay, hopes and fears. Interesting. The heart chakra in the hopes and the fears position. I feel that that's her relationship with her husband here. It's also interesting. I'm wondering, did Kellyanne have a relationship with Trump? The devil card, temptation. I feel, I'm just getting a bit of an intuition that there was more to Trump's relationship with Kellyanne than meets the eye. But this is also being chained to something. Will she stay at the White House? Victory, triumph. Suggesting that she might, although we've got the Two of Swords here, suggesting that there's going to be some kind of conflict if she does stay. What's hidden from our view are new starts. The Ace of Wands here. So I feel that she might hold on for a little while, but I don't think that in the longer term she's actually going to be able to stay, because I don't think that the pressure's going to ease here. I want to ask if she's actually having an affair with Trump. Shall we? Shall we ask that? Just with the appearance of that heart chakra, there's a couple of things with Kellyanne that I got while I was reading, the heart chakra was, that card in the hopes and the fears, either pointed to her marriage and her relationship with her husband, or it could have pointed to some kind of heart attachment with Trump, some kind of love attachment. We'll just ask the question, is Kellyanne Conway having an affair with Donald Trump? Kellyanne Conway, is she having an affair with Donald Trump? Kellyanne having an affair with Trump? These are just tarot cards, okay? This is not the, this is just a reading, a tarot reading. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands, things coming forward very, very quickly. So it's almost like a lot. There's things that have overwhelmed her. The Six of Cups, memories of love, suggesting in the past she may have been very close to Donald Trump. Right now, we're pulling all these cups. We've got emotional withdrawal. The Eight of Cups here. Somebody's walking away from potentially a very close relationship. The Nine of Pentacles, material harvest. This is financial gain, financial resources, financial independence, I guess. Having enough to for your needs. She might be getting a payout, is what I'm feeling. Yep. Six of Swords, moving on, relocating. Yep, it's memories now of love. And the Sacral Chakra. This is can be the chakra that governs sexuality and creativity. She's emotionally withdrawing, or he's emotionally withdrawing from her. Okay, let's have a look here. The Star of Hope. And the Three of Wands, partnerships and alliances. I think she may have had a dalliance. Let's just put it like that. She may have had a dalliance with Trump. You know, I don't know whether it was an actual affair, but there's certainly some kind of emotional relationship there between the two. He or she appears to be pulling away. It possibly is in the past. This kind of thing that they had is in the past, and it looks like she's moving on. She could be paid out, and she could be moving on. Somebody is withdrawing their affection, shall we just say. What's hidden from our view is the Two of Swords, which is this mental conflict. So yeah, pressure for her to step down is going to continue. It's not going to ease, and it could even be possible that she will relocate. She will move on as well. Interesting. The two women that seem to be Trump's stalwarts are actually moving on. One of my viewers has been observing Trump up close and personal for a little while, and she feels that the latest footage of him, particularly in that ABC interview, where he insanely said he would take dirt again from a foreign country on his opponent, and I read on that, and then he went into a cabinet meeting. She actually watched him and basically said his really is unraveling. So these two women that happened to be by his side, I think they were strutting down the hallways of Buckingham Palace only recently. It appears one is actually leaving, has been pushed out perhaps by those closest to her or in her circle. And as for Kellyanne, she might hold on for the moment, but it looks like she will eventually move on. As calls for her resignation will intensify. Trump can't afford to have more of this swampy news coming out, and Kellyanne might just find that she's moving on. Certainly, he seems to be emotionally withdrawing from her. So look, I just thought we'd read on those two. They've been there really for quite some time, almost from the start, and it appears now their day is done as well. So Huckabee, Sanders, and Conway. There we have it. All right, viewers, thanks for tuning in.